So this is a test, just checking if the audio is okay. It seems to be fine. So hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Cage Goes Insane, trying to do the most basic modeling using Blender. Not that it's Blender's fault, it's just that I am that bad. So in the last episode we we were starting modeling my just a sec. So in the last episode, I started my project to model all the cars in the Wacky Races cartoon, a cartoon from Hanna-Barbera that I used to watch as a child and liked very much. And so this is the Buzzwagon, the the car racer that I will be trying to model. And this right here is the result of almost 2 hours of modeling last time. It's beautiful. I am a genius. I will take no comments. So today, today I'm gonna try to start modeling the rest of the car, starting the wood planks. The wood planks are quite similar to wood planks that I have modeled following Grant Abbott's tutorials. So I think things will go much faster now than they were going before. At least I hope so. I guarantee nothing. So let's begin. Let's go here to this side view. I think I'm going to increase the size of my wheel a little bit. Let's increase it to scale. Okay, what's going on? Scale. I think I did not apply the modifiers. Maybe that's the problem. The cube, here's the cylinder. I need to scale the cylinder. Oh yes, all right. That's the problem. So one of the things that I have noticed this week is that my saw has much less teeth than this saw in the cartoon. I thought about fixing it, but I think I'm going to keep things this way. So what I'm going to do now is apply the modifier here, apply, and then I'm going to scale my thing, and things should work now. So I think, well, this size is okay. Apply scale, Control A, right scale, and here we have it. So in order to do the other 4 saws, what I'm going to do, no, I don't think I'm going to duplicate it now. Basically what I want now is to make it more irregular. Right now it's very irregular. It's very clear that we have a radial pattern here, circular pattern. So what I'm going to do, so here's the one of the problems that I have. So if we go to edit mode here, select, and turn on the X-ray, so select everything. One thing that we can notice is that we have lots of polygons here on the edge, but the faces are one big n-gon, and that's a little bit hard to work with. So how do I make this into something that's easier to work with? Let me think. Olive oil, knife. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sculpting. Here layout. Let's go back to L object mode. Select my saw. Turn off the X-ray. I'm going to go to sculpting. Let's see if the sculpting is working. Yes, it's working. And what I'm going to do is apply the remesh to my saw here. So in order to apply the remesh, where's the thing option here? Apply the remesh. Yes, I'm not seeing it here. Let's try something before. Let's try the subdivision modifier. Subdivision surface here. Oh no, I think Blender is going to crash. Is it? Is it not? Lots of faces. What's going on? Yep, Blender is going to crash. Close the program, cancel. Well, it's not like we had done something. Yes, so we are back here. My image has disappeared. For some reason, it always disappears when I save the file. I close the file. It's probably something to do with saving the image. Okay, so let's go back, let's save. Let's apply the modifier. Okay. Let's go to side view, scale a little bit, and grab a little here, and apply the scale. Okay, here we have it. Save, and let's try the modifier again. Let's see what happens. Yep, it crashed again. The topology sucks. That's probably the problem. Let's close it, close the program, cancel, open again. Okay, things seems to be all right. So the modifier is not going to work. Let's go back to my first plan, using the sculpting tools. So I think the sculpting options of the remeshing should appear here, but for some reason it's not. But I think it's Control R. Yes, it's Control R, but I need a smaller voxel size. And tool, here remesh, voxel size, Alt Control R. No. Alt Shift R. Control R. Control Z. Yeah, we just need to change this to something better, much smaller. Let's go with 0.01. Let's see how it looks. Throw R to remesh. And it seems to be all right. And I think that's way more polygons than I need. Let's go Control Z again. 0.05. Control R. Nope. 0.02. Control R. Yeah, it kind of seems to be all right. I think I'm going to keep it. For some reason, why is the option not showing up here? It seems to be smashed here. Oh, okay, so I have now remeshed my wheel. Let's save, and let's go back to layout. So it has lost a little bit of its crispness, but that's all right. It sucks, but I'm going to keep it. So let's go here. Okay, so I have my wheel here. And what I want to do is make 4 of them. So I'm going to use Control D, Shift D to duplicate it. Let's put it more or less here. As one of the problems with my reference is that I don't have the complete side view. I have a more perspective, cartoonish view. So it's a little bit harder to make things work. But I think that this is okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make it a little bit more wacky, more irregular or distorted. And I'm going to try to do it using the, what's the name? Proportional editing. So let's just go here, grab, all right, tool, proportional editing, grab. Let's increase my area of effect here, okay? So we're going to make it a little bit irregular like this. So a little bit like this. With a little bit more. Inside here. Make it even a little bit oval. Yeah, I think it's all right. Save, tab, select the other one, tab to enter edit mode, and let's do the same thing. Here, grab, decrease the size. Let's get this through here. A little bit like this. And let's make it a little bit oval, but in the horizontal direction now. Yeah, I think it's all right. So save, tab. And what I'm going to do now is duplicate these two wheels here. D, Y. So no, that's way too far. So let's think what should more or less be a nice width for the Buzzwagon. I think here is okay. If you look at the drawing here, let's take a look on our references. We have a 3D car model here. How wide should it be? It's not too wide. It's not like a cube, but it's not too wide. I think that distance is okay for the width. Okay, so now we have our 4 wheels. And I'm just going to swap these two because I have just to add a little bit of variety. Yeah, my English sucks. And so those my modeling skills. They are a good match. I'm going to rotate a little bit too. Here. Maybe even rotate a little bit on this axis here. You know, the car is not built with lots of precision. Okay, so I think it's okay now. Save. And I think for now that's it for the wheels. We also have to add the hole in the middle. I probably should have done that before making my duplications and what's the name? And deformation and individualization. But let's do it now. So what I'm going to do is maybe I can try to use a boolean like I did before. Yes, let's try to go with boolean. So what I'm going to do is add mesh. First, I'm going to move my 3D cursor to the center of my wheel with snap cursor to selected. And now I'm going to add a cylinder right here at the center. But first, let's decrease the vertices. We need much less vertices. And of course, the radius much smaller. Same thing with the depth. Let's rotate 90 degrees on the x direction, x-axis. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted. Let's confirm. All right. And now let's apply the modifier. Modifier, Boolean, and select the cylinder. Let's hide the cylinder. This cylinder, and have our hole. It's more or less the right size, right? Yeah, I think it's fine. Let's increase the cylinder here a little bit. I want a slightly wider hole. Scale a little bit. Let's hide it. Yeah, that's all right. And let's do the same thing to all the others. So select here, modifier, apply the modifier. grab the cylinder, move it on the X direction. Okay. Let's try to use the 3D cursor again. Snap, cursor, selection to grade, select, snap, cursor to selected, snap, selection, cursor. Yep, it worked. Let's do the same thing, add modifier, Boolean, select the cylinder, apply the modifier. Now, there's probably 1,000 ways to do this. And this is probably a very inefficient way to do it. But it's working, so let's continue. Snap, I think S, no, X, Control S, yes. Snap, cursor to selected. S, selection to cursor. Select here, apply the modifier, Boolean. So just remember to use the Boolean modifier, you get the object that you want to modify, apply the Boolean modifier to this object, and then select the other object to apply the Boolean. Apply. And last one, Shift S, cursor to selected. Shift S, selected the cursor. Select the wheel. Let's apply the modifier, Boolean. Difference, select the object, apply the modifier. And there we have it. Let's save it. And let's rename this thing a little. No, it's just already a collection here. Wheels. Okay. So now we have our wheels. And they seem to be all right. And let's hide it a little bit here. Okay, so how does this Buzzwagon work? So we have our axis here, and our axis seems to go below the car. So I think I'm going to add the two axes here now. And in order to do that, I'm going to use the cylinder that I created to make the wheels. So let's show the wheels again. Show the cylinder. Here we have it. Let's look from the top. I'm going to scale it on the Y direction. Grab on the Y direction. Grab Y direction. Apply the scale. Yeah, I think, yes, that's what I wanted. Let's scale a little bit down here because I want it to be smaller than the hole. Even a little bit small. Okay. Save, Control A, apply the scale. Let's look from the top again. Grab Y direction. Let's scale in the Y direction a little bit better. Okay. And here we have one axis, but it's too regular, I think. Let's add a little bit of irregularity to it. So I'm going to go to edit mode. I'm going to use Control R to add a couple cuts here. Center is fine. And now I'm going to use proportional editing. First, I'm going to scale a little bit here, add the tips. Let's hide my hairpins for now. Okay. Scale this a little too. Oh yes, let's use the X-ray so we can scale everything alright. Let's scale this down a little. Here. Scale these ones a little bit. Okay. I'm going to scale this one down. And now let's bend it a little. Let's increase our modifier. Just a little. It's wonky, but not too wonky. And the Y direction, the Z direction too. Okay. Very good. And now it's complete out of the hole. It's alright, it's easy to fix. Grab, put it more or less on the center again. Let's check the other side. Yeah, it seems to be alright. Okay. S. So now the origin of the object is outside the object. So let's center it. So set origin to geometry. And now it's a little bit better. And let's duplicate it here. So Control D, Shift D, X direction. Let's more or less center it here. Using the side view. View. It's not view, it's view. The X-rays making it a little bit harder. But okay. And it's completely outside. That's okay, because we were going to modify it a little bit later. Anyway. So let's select these vertices here, grab center here, and do the same with this vertices. Okay. And let's see how our saw wheels are. Okay, so this wheel here is way too up. Let's bring it down a little bit. So exit. No, it's the front wheel. That's a problem. Yes, I want the wheels to more or less touch the ground together. And I'm going to move my car to here too. Oops. Okay, so let's put the wheels on the ground here. So grab Z here, grab Z here. The other side, grab Z here, grab C, here, save. And now my axis is completely wrong again. That's fine, just going to fix it. Select the axis, turn on the X-ray, select the axis, grab, put it more or less here on the center. Orthographic view, turn off X-ray. Yep, seems all right. Let's check the other side. Grab, turn off the X-ray. Okay. The other one. Edit mode. X-ray. Grab the vertices. Move it a little bit. Go to the other side. Do the same thing. Grab. Turn off the X-ray. Let's take a look. And it's alright. I like it. Let's save it. And let's take a look at our reference now. Okay, so now we have our 4 wheels and our axis. And I'm going to move my cylinders to the wheels collection. And I'm going to rename them so I don't get lost. So I'm going to call this one front axis. This one is going to be the back axis. It's not axis, it's like axle. It's axle. Axle. The axis is the XYZ. The axle is the cylinder thing. At least that's what I think it is. Axle. Okay. And since we're doing things, let's call this the this is the front left wheel. Front left wheel. This one is the back left. Okay. This one is the back right. And this one is the front right. And let's call, maybe I should delete this one, but I'm going to keep it now. Let's call it cutter. And let's leave it here for now. Save everything. Okay, so now we have our wheels. Let's start building our car. So what I'm going to do, let's take a look at our references here. Yeah, so I think the easier way to model this car would be to create a box and then cover the box with a bunch of wood planks. And we can also carve the box so we can put the chair inside. Yeah, seems like a good idea. So let's put a box there. Let's just make sure that I have applied all the scale things. And let's set origin to geometry here. Okay. All right, let's go to the overview. I'm going to put the 3D cursor here and I'm going to Shift A, cube. And let's now scale our cube. Scale in the X direction. Grab it here. Okay, let's take a look how it's. Let me take a look at my reference. Yes, I think it's the length is okay. I need to fix the position. Grab Z. I'm going to put it here. Okay. I think there's a way to always show things on the front. Let's see if I can find this option here. I think it's viewport, stereoscopy, viewport. Where are the viewport options? I think it's here. Viewport display. Nope. Visibility, viewport display in front. Yes, that's what I wanted. So what I did here is put my reference image in the front. It will always show up in the front of everything, even if it's behind something. And because I have lowered the opacity, I can still see everything. Right? Okay, so I think it should be a little bit shorter. So let's scale in the Z direction a little and grab here. Yep, I think that's fine. Maybe I should make everything a little bit wider. Yeah, let's make the car a little bit wider. So how do I do this? Let's select these wheels here. Okay, let's first the axles. And I'm going to scale them on the Y direction. And then I'm going to pick my wheels and move them on the Y direction. Here, okay. Control A, apply the scale. Control A, apply the scale. And now we can scale it in the Y direction too. Yes, I think this is better. Maybe a little bit shorter. Grab C. Okay. So now we have our or box that I'm going to use as a basis to build my car. Let's apply the scale, and I'm going to carve a hole in my box. Let's hide my reference for now. And the way I'm going to do it is by selecting this face here. Y is not selected. Okay. So I'm going to select this face here, and I'm going to use the inset faces. Easy. So I can just press E. And now I have inset the face. And now I can extrude it down. Extrude Z. Okay. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And now I have my box. Traverse tab. Of X-ray. Yes, and I'm going to use this as a basis for my card. Let's take a look at our reference again. Okay, so we have this kind of branches here that they go out, they come down, and make the bumper of the Buzzwagon. Maybe I do them. I think I'm going to make them now. They seems like a good reference point to use. So I'm going to make them using as a reference one of these axles here that I already have. So I'm going to duplicate it with Shift D, rotate it on the Z axis 90 degrees, and that's here. Turn on X-ray, grab. Side is the front of the car, this one, okay. Grab. They seem to be bigger, so I'm going to scale them completely. And move them a little bit here. Okay. Save. And now we have this here. But we have a branching on our branch. If we take a look here, we have there's this V here that holds the log. And let's try to create it here. Oh no, I have. Okay, here it is, my reference. Let's move it here. Okay, so how can I do this? Let's turn off the X-ray. Going to the edit mode. How can I make this? Let's think. I think let's use the edge. I'm going to select this edge. I forgot what's the shortcut to select the edge, but okay. Select this edge here. Shift D. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Control Z. I need to open this up. So I'm going to use the edge slide. Where is the edge slide? Start. Extrude individual. Add slide. Add slide here. Let's move it a little bit up. It's more or less like here. And I'm going to increase its size. So I'm going to scale it. But I want to scale it only on the Z direction. Kind of like this. Yeah, kind of this. Now I'm going to delete all these faces here. Nope. Let's just here. Delete the vertices. Okay. And now I'm going to create two faces. One face will be from the middle to the top, and one face will be from the middle to the bottom. And the way to do this is using the join, I believe. So let's pick this vertex here and this vertex here. And let's join them together with J. Invalid selection order. This one. Nope. This one. J. No, that's not what I wanted. Control Z, Control Z. Let's turn off X-ray. I think it's easier this way. This one and this one. Join them together. Let's turn off the sectional editing. Control Z. Turn off portion editing. Join. Control Z. Grab what's going on. Control Z. That's not what I wanted. It seems that it is creating it, joining it along the axis here. So I just want to join these two vertices here. Create an edge from here to here. So edge, mesh. Select, view, vertex. Connect vertex pair. Nope. Let's change approach. Let's try to create a new face here. Nope. What can I do? What can I do here? Let's try this one and this one. Let's see what happens. Join. No. Control Z. Why is it joining it along the axis? I don't want to do it. Set faces, spoke faces, fill, intersect, it's move. Polybuild knife. Shear, add slide, smooth spin. Okay. Let's try to go back before the deletion of the stuff. Okay. And what I'm going to try to do now is using the knife tool, cut this surface here. Let's see how it goes. So knife tool, cut, cut, cut. Okay, it seems to have worked. And now let's try to let's move this whole face here back. Nope. Y, grab X, grab X, grab X. Okay, and now let's try to extrude these faces here. So select faces and extrude path. Yes, that's what I wanted. Same thing here. First, yes, extrude, grab. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so looking at my reference, the top side is shorter and the bottom side is longer. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to rotate this on the Y axis. I'm going to do the same thing here. Right, and now I'm going to extrude the faces to create the geometry that I want. So select the face, extrude, grab, move it a little. Okay, this one I'm going to scale it first. Extrude, then grab and move a little bit. And I think I'm going to scale this size here too. Scale on the Y direction. Scale on the Z direction too. Let's do the same thing here. Scale. Yeah, I don't think that's how branches work. Let's scale everything back on the Y direction. Yeah, it's alright. Here, grab, move it a little. Let's turn on proportional editing again. Makes things a little bit easier. Okay. Make it a little bit smaller. Grab here. It's very ugly. Let's grab this a little here. grab, extrude again, grab, and let's try to add more geometry here so we can smooth it a little bit. Same thing here. All right. Select. Okay, it's very, very ugly. I need to try and make these faces here look a little bit more like a cylinder. So we can try to scale down this vertex, these edges here. Yeah, I think it's looking much better now. Let's do the same thing on the bottom side. Yeah, I think it's all right. It's ugly as hell, but it's all right, I think. Let's increase this a little bit. Okay, I think that's the idea, at least. We can try to scale this a little bit down too. Just one, two. Okay. Let's go to edit mode and see how it's looking. Very ugly. And it's touching the ground. It should not touch the ground. Maybe I should change this vertex. Let's try to add subdivisions modifier. Let's see how it looks. Oh, it's a little bit better now, I think. Yeah, I think it's all right. It could work. Let's change it a little bit more. Grab, move up, so it doesn't touch the ground. Let's scale this little. Scale. Yeah, I think it's all right. What do you guys think? Yeah, good enough, right? Just increase this a little bit here. How do I add select? It's clear, shift, control Z, shift, control, alt, click. Yes, it's alt. Let's scale this a little. Okay, it's all right. And save. Now let's duplicate it. Shift D. Move it on the Y direction, more or less here. And how do I mirror it? I want to mirror it on the Y global. Yes. Just to make it a little bit different. Let's add it a little. So just to make it a little bit different. Scale a little. Let's just select tip, grab a little here. Same thing here. Let's scale this a little back. Alt E, scale, Alt E, scale. Yep, I think it's okay. It probably should be a little bit longer, I think. Let's take a look at the... Yeah, it should be much longer because the box ends more or less here. Then we have the front of the car, and then we have the rest of the thing. So let's extend it. Scale on the X direction. No, on its scale, I think is not going to work really well. I think I need to modify the mesh itself. Let's grab X direction. Let's turn on the X-ray. Grab X direction. Let's put here. Okay. And let's add some cuts here. Yes. Select it and move it a little. Save. And now let's do the same thing with this one. Grab X direction. Edge. Okay. I think it's all right. It's ugly, deformed, but it's all right. Uh, let's decrease the size here a little bit. Scale. Yeah, and here it is. Enough X-ray. How does it fits with the rest of the things? Not very well. I think I'm going to bring them to the top. So grab Z. Yes. Okay. Oh, it's on the inside. It's fine. Save. Control A, apply the scale. Control A, apply the scale. Let's see how is the rendering. Not very good, but that's fine. Yay, congratulations to me. So now we finally have something that slightly remind us of what we are trying to model. It seems that today modeling session was a little bit more successful than the last one. So we have four wheels, we have our axles, we have our log bumper support, and we have a little box here that we are going to use as a basis to build the rest of the Buzzwagon. I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for anyone in the future watching this. And I'm going to try to keep working on this at least once a week. And if you like what I'm going to do, what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. Okay. So, good night, everybody. I am Cage. Goodbye.